I heard gunshots and I hit the floor in my house.
Neighbors say a teen was shot during a fight club outside La Follette High School. We have live team coverage as police continue the search for a shooter.
They're being very hush about it. So, yeah, I'm pretty concerned.
Plus, parents share their fears with News 3 this evening. The second shooting involving teens in that area in a week's time.
This is News 3 at 6.
Thanks for joining us. Madison police are looking for the person who shot a teen near La Follette High School this morning.
Police say several teens were fighting near the corner of Linda Vista Road and Turner Avenue when the shooting happened. One teen was hurt but is expected to be okay. We have live team coverage of the shooting investigation. Both Keely Arthur and Rose Schmidt arrived at the scene shortly after the shooting happened. We start with Keely, who shares what police are saying tonight. Keely?
Well, neighbors saying they are shocked, horrified, but not surprised by what happened this morning, explaining that students often leave La Follette's campus and walk into this east side neighborhood, engaging in a, quote, daily fight club, and it is getting more and more violent today. At 10:40 a.m., police responded to a group of teens fighting that resulted in a shooting and one 16-year-old being shot. Now, that teenager is suffering non-life-threatening injuries and will be okay, but a very frustrated neighbor we spoke to says this is far from an isolated incident. She says this is taking place far too often.
Something needs to be done now to help protect innocence, not only the kids themselves, but people just trying to live and survive in this neighborhood. Just driving through, you shouldn't have to risk getting shot.
Today's shooting concerning for residents and parents of students, of course, at La Follette High School, but also for just random people in the area. A driver who was driving past those teens as this fight broke out was their car was hit by a stray bullet going right into the passenger side. And Madison police saying if there had been a passenger in that car, they likely would have been shot. So very close call here today.
Keely Arthur reporting live from the east side. Keely, thank you.
Parents of La Follette High School students say they are scared and worried knowing a shooting happened nearby. And this is not the first scare they've had in the last month. Rose Schmidt joins us now with what parents are saying. Rose?
Well, the Madison Metropolitan School District sent multiple letters to parents today saying there was no threat to the schools, but they took safety precautions and placed La Follette High School and Senate Middle School on lockdown until about 1 p.m. But several parents I spoke to today chose to take their kids out of school early to keep them safe.
This is getting out of control.
With their children inside,
we as parents, you worry about your kids and their safety when they go to school.
La Follette High School parents were frantic.
Yeah, of course I'm scared.
Wondering whether their kids were safe.
They didn't tell us everything. They just said an incident happened, nothing about it or anything.
Dozens of parents surrounded the front entrance before noon, wanting to take their kids home.
Okay, so it's not happening at school. They got the kids at school at lockdown. The kids are safe. But I want my daughter.
Kendra Blofeld's daughter is a freshman at La Follette.
How's your daughter feeling today?
Scared. Scared.
Confused.
And she will not be back to school the rest of the week.
This is not the first time in the last week La Follette High School and Senate Middle School were on lockdown.
There was a shooting last week on a bus here, and she was at volleyball practice.
John Wright's daughter was evacuated last Wednesday along with other students after a shooting on a city bus.
I don't get it. So my daughter ended up walking down the street with no supervision at all.
John says the staff has done a good job taking care of his daughter.
Thank God for cell phones, so she's been texting me. She says she's safe, so I'm okay with that.
But other La Follette parents say this is a wake-up call.
This is the second accident or thing in the community. Something needs to be done.
This is starting to happen too much, so they need to think of something to do.
And right now, these parents are doing what they feel is best.
You know, I'm on my way home now.
The district encouraged students to stay in school until the end of the fourth block, and they had more supervision than usual for regular dismissal.
Rose, thank you.
The last person injured during the workplace shooting in Middleton is now out of the hospital. 4 people were hurt when Anthony Tong began shooting inside WTS Paradigm last Wednesday. 3 were hospitalized for several days. Court documents indicated that 1 individual was shot 10 times. Tong was shot and killed by officers with the Middleton Police Department and with Dane County Sheriff's deputies.
Turning to weather now, Dana Fulton is in the Weather Center. And Dana, it is certainly feeling like fall out there.
It definitely is a lovely day for us. Just a few clouds out there, but no rain threat. Nothing too hot, too chilly. Just a nice fall-like day for us. Looking right now downtown Madison with our Edgewater Sky Cam. Beautiful view there of the Capitol building. 63 the high for us. Now that is just a little bit below average. But certainly nowhere near that record of 87. You've got a little more time to enjoy the sun. Sunset's not until 6:47 this evening. With our visible cloud track, you can see just a few clouds building in for us today. But again, that mix of clouds and sun really quite pleasant. Overall, Doppler track has stayed very calm. No rain threat for us in central or southern Wisconsin. A little bit of moisture up at the edge of Minnesota and North Dakota, and that moisture is going to creep in our direction, but we've got about a solid 24 hours before we have to worry about that. Temperature-wise, we're close to 60 in Madison right now, about 63 still in Janesville, closer to 62 in Monroe with a westerly breeze. Staying in the single digits for us currently, but we could see some wind gusts get up just a little more overnight, just a little breezy for us at times. Temperatures are slowly going to fall overnight. We're in for a chilly evening ahead under a mostly clear sky. Cool for us again tomorrow as rain comes back into the forecast. We'll take a closer look at what's ahead for your Thursday in just a few minutes.
Dana, thank you. FEMA crews will be in Sauk County tomorrow looking at flood damage to homes and businesses. You won't have to be present for FEMA to assess the damage to your property. FEMA crews will not go inside homes, but do their assessments from the outside. These are only preliminary, meaning FEMA will not visit every damaged home in the county.
Popular steakhouse in Middleton about to reopen after the flooding this summer. Johnny's Italian Steakhouse will open back up on Friday. The restaurant had to do a pretty big remodel after flooding caused a lot of damage inside. Middleton residents reported more than $3 million in damages from this summer's historic flooding. And a long portion of the popular Capital City Trail is supposed to reopen soon. The area impacted is from Navajo Road to Glacier Valley Road in Madison. Crews updated it over the summer, but all that rain we saw this summer caused a delay in that project. Dane County officials are asking people to stay off that section for now. They expect to reopen it in the next week or so. Construction on different parts of the trail will take place over the next 2 summers.
A Wisconsin museum containing the world's largest collection of angels is closing. 87-year-old Joyce Berg launched the Angel Museum 20 years ago with her personal collection. She says a lack of funds, membership, and corporate sponsors are causing the museum to close. The museum holds the record for the most angels at more than 13,000. It even features 600 donated by Oprah Winfrey. The museum officially closes on Saturday. Berg hopes to keep some of the angels, but hopes to auction off and sell the rest.
Tomorrow's a big night for Madison's music scene. The city's new venue, the Sylvie, has scheduled a grand opening. It is located on East Wash near Festival Foods. It can also hold about 2,500 people per performance. Company representatives say the goal is to reach music lovers of all kinds in Madison.
A really important thing for us as a company and just as a business in general to make sure that we are paying attention to the Madison community and all the varying musical tastes that exist here, because people definitely have strong music opinions here, and so we kind of have to hit all the different cultural pockets of the city with different genres, and there's a wide variety of tastes in Madison, and so programming the venue to cater to those tastes is really important to us.
And the first show tomorrow is Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats. Girding says 7 of their shows have sold out before the Sylvie even opened its doors. Parking, by the way, it'll get even easier in November when they say a new parking garage will open next door.
Police in Rock County have some concerns tonight.
Worried about a local citizens group whose members are posing as teens trying to catch sexual predators. That story is next at 6. Welcome back. A number of dogs displaced by Hurricane Florence will be up for adoption at the Greene County Humane Society this week. That's according to a Facebook post. GCHS coordinated with the Humane Society of the United States and the Humane Animal Welfare Society in Waukesha County to take in those dogs. They were cleared from a shelter down in Greenville, South Carolina, in anticipation of a large amount of displaced animals that will be arriving at eastern seaboard shelters in the next couple of weeks. The dogs will be available for adoption starting September 28th if medically cleared. Police fear a local group targeting sexual predators is doing more harm than good.
Adam Duxter spent time with the group's founder today, and he joins us now from our bureau at the Janesville Gazette with more. Adam?
Well, Charlotte and Eric, the group calls themselves Worldwide Predator Hunters, although they are based locally in Edgerton. And even though their mission says they are meant to keep kids safe, both local and state authorities saying today that they might be causing harm.
For Johnny Pretty, today is another day on the job, working with a group of people from around the country to try and find the next sexual predator.
I put a profile up on one of these apps. Within 3 minutes, between 3 seconds to 3 minutes, we got people messaging us.
Pretty and his team, called the Worldwide Predator Hunters, pose online as teenagers, having conversations with older men.
And our decoy says, "I'm 15, is that okay?"
And then meet up with them, streaming their confrontations live online, like this.
You know, this is messed up by you talking to a 15-year-old little girl.
This vigilante justice has local law enforcement officials frustrated.
They are making our life more stressful. I don't know if volunteer groups or vigilantes are the solution to what's going on. I really don't know exactly what their specific agenda is other than exposure.
Interim Edgerton Police Chief Randy Meehan says there was never a problem with predators in Edgerton.
The city of Edgerton is a safe community. Our statistics will tell you that. Our officers will tell you that, and the community will tell you that.
And says that the group's practice of inviting predators to meet in Edgerton might create a more dangerous situation. Pretty says that's not the case.
What if it was a real kid? A real kid's going to bring that predator right to Edgerton.
Pretty says it was a lack of police involvement that led him to create the group to begin with.
We support the police, but the police needs to start working with us more.
But police again today reassuring people in Edgerton they have nothing to worry about.
Again, the city of Edgerton is a very safe place. This community shouldn't be worried whatsoever about sexual predators in our community.
Now, just about an hour ago, we got a statement from Wisconsin Attorney General Brad Schimmel about this group, and he says what they're doing is, quote, unauthorized, and he says it could be highly dangerous. For that full statement from the Attorney General, you can go to our website, channel3000.com.
Adam, thank you.
And we'll be right back.
Meteorologist Dana Fulton joins us now with a look at your forecast. And not a bad day.
Not a bad day at all. And overnight, we're expecting things to stay pretty similar. We're going to sit in the same boat for just a little longer before things start to switch up too much for us. Looking at our Doppler track over the last several hours, it's been a pretty mellow afternoon for us. Again, the clock is running, but nothing's moving through for central or southern Wisconsin for us. It's been a pretty calm afternoon. Temperature-wise, we're sitting close to 60 right now in Madison, a little closer to 63 still in Janesville, with our dew points hovering close to 40. So it's a dry 60, a comfortable 60 outside. Our temps haven't moved around too much in the last 24 hours, but our dew points have dropped significantly, and that's good news. Yesterday, we were, of course, closer to the 60s. It was feeling a little muggy as that rain was coming through, but now those dew points, again, dropping about 18 degrees for us in Madison. That's always a good thing. That cold front now well southeast, a high pressure keeping control of the forecast, sending us a little southwest breeze overnight as it continues to shift east. Our next weather maker, though, off to the northwest, already bringing just a little bit of rainfall to the edge of Minnesota. It's going to slowly sink southeast, and as it does, we are expecting to see some showers move on in for Thursday night and some wraparound moisture possible for us for Friday evening. Not a major rain event. It's going to bring a little cool down for us for Friday and Saturday, but again, those chances for showers for both evenings. Overall, tonight will stay mostly clear. Our breeze shifting a little bit from the west, becoming more southwest overnight. Tomorrow morning, temperatures will be in the mid-40s. We'll start off with some sunshine for your Thursday. Clouds building in, though, throughout the afternoon, slowly becoming a pretty overcast sky for us for the afternoon, with the chance for some isolated showers before your drive home, and then some rainfall coming in later on in the day. We get closer to the evening, and we are going to see some heavier rain mixed on in. Not a major severe threat out there, but we will see some heavy rain, and with those thunderstorms, the potential for some stronger wind gusts also for Thursday. The clouds slowly clear out overnight. We get a little bit of sun to start off Friday, and then yet again, our rain chance, just some isolated shower chances for us late Friday overnight heading into Saturday as that cold front completely clears on out of here. Right now, though, fantastic weather. We still have just about 30 more minutes until sunset for us. A mix of clouds and sun outside. Temperature-wise, we're a little below average today. 63 our high this afternoon. Now our overnight low starting the morning off in the mid-40s, exactly where we should have been. Again, sunset at 6:47. We're currently sitting at 60, so we've already dropped a few degrees from our high. The humidity still at 49%, so it's comfortable outside. And compared to where we should be sitting, we're going to stay below average for the next several days. Just a little warmer for us tomorrow, and then a big drop for Friday and Saturday with that cooler air really moving in behind the front. So it'll start to feel like fall heading into the weekends, or at least today was like fall. We're going to continue that trend heading into the weekend. Mostly clear and cool tonight. Overnight lows in the mid-40s tomorrow, mid-60s, becoming mostly cloudy with that breezy condition building on in, with a chance for showers developing later on in the afternoon and certainly in the evening. It'll be a late rain chance for us both Thursday and Friday. Cooler for us Friday and Saturday. And that overnight low heading into Saturday as things do clear up, 38 heading into Saturday. Rain chances, unfortunately, are going to build back in heading into Sunday and the start of next week. We will see some isolated showers. Temps will stay cool, just hovering right around average. Overnight lows will be in the 50s. But that overnight low heading into Saturday, 38, will be the first time we've seen the 30s since May. So a very chilly start to our weekend.
It seemed like playing the Buffalo Bills would be a good idea for the Packers, but after what they did to the Vikings in Minneapolis, well, you got to think again. Stories coming up in sports.
Hi, I'm Michelle Carolla. Tonight on the News at 9, a local facility is breeding dogs for animal testing and how they could be affected by a new referendum in Mount Horeb. It's a special report only on Fox 47 at 9.
Packers play the Buffalo Bills Sunday at noon at Lambeau Field. You can watch the game live right here on Channel 3. Some notable names not practicing for the Packers today. Aaron Rodgers, of course, but Jimmy Graham also sat out with a knee injury. At the start of the season, it seemed like playing the Bills at Lambeau would be a gimme for the Packers, but after Buffalo won at Minnesota last Sunday, 27-6, you certainly can't take the Bills lightly, and it sounds like running back LaShawn McCoy will be back from his injury, too. Mike McCarthy knows that Buffalo demands all of the Packers' attention.
The clear opportunity as far as we don't know them and they don't know us. I mean, that's really where our focus is on. So, you go through their team, and it was an impressive game. I think it shows our league, the competitiveness of our league. You can never just look at things by numbers. Actually, I used a bunch of numbers today in the team meeting. Statistics for losers approach.
McCarthy's excited about the addition of free agent cornerback Bashaud Breeland, who was a 4-year starter with the Washington Redskins. McCarthy says it's not often you can get a guy with that much experience coming in 3 weeks into the season. With Kevin King missing practice again today, Breeland could get thrown into the fire pretty quickly in Green Bay. The Badger volleyball team has a big road match tonight. 5th-ranked Wisconsin is at 6th-ranked Minnesota. They'll start at 8 o'clock tonight at Maturi Pavilion in Minneapolis. The Prep Mania game of the week Friday night, Janesville Craig at Middleton in a Big 8 conference showdown. Brof and Coach Al join me live on TVW and live streaming on channel3000.com Friday night at 7. The Milwaukee Bucks have started preseason practices in Milwaukee. They'll play a preseason game at Fiserv Forum a week from tonight against the Chicago Bulls. First-round draft pick Dante DiVincenzo making the big jump from his sophomore year at Villanova to the NBA.
It's similar. It's just the guys are longer and more athletic. I think the pace is similar to what we played last year. It's just, like I said, the guys are longer, so they cover more ground.
The Brewers can clinch a playoff spot if they complete a sweep of the St. Louis Cardinals tonight at Busch Stadium. They just started the game. Yuli Chassin was pitching for the Brewers against John Gant. The Brewers can lock up a wild card berth tonight, but they're still thinking Central Division title, too, only a half game behind the Cubs. Last night, the Cardinals had a head-scratcher. In the ninth, they intentionally walked Lorenzo Cain to get to Christian Yelich. Boy, Yelich showed them. 3-run homer. The lesson learned, don't walk anyone to get to Yelich. He had 6 RBI last night. Yelich now 33 homers, 104 RBI. He's hitting a National League leading .321. And in Washington last night, it was Bark at the Park night where people could bring their dogs to the game. This fine-looking dog really enjoyed eating a hot dog at the ballpark. Now, if you have a bigger dog, would he or she eat a hot dog that politely? A lot of them would just wolf it right down, but sometimes you have to appreciate a delicacy like a hot dog. Look at that.
That's pretty good.
It is.
Plenty of seats available, too,
Oh, yeah.
for the Nationals, if you want to bring your dog.
It's got a Pabst Blue Ribbon cap.
Yeah.
Wait, so that's kind of weird.
It's a chaser for after that hot dog.
I guess.
Dana's back. Final check of the forecast tonight.
Overall, we're going to stay cool again tonight. Mostly clear, which is good news, but our rain chance is going to move back in for us on Thursday. Temps will be back in the mid-60s. We're looking at the chance for some showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm or two in the afternoon and in the evening. And then heading into Friday, it'll be a little cooler. Rain chances again. Overnight lows heading into Saturday, though, in the 30s potentially. So we're cool Saturday, warming up a little bit into next week, but our shower chances are going to creep back in for us late Sunday, throughout the day on Monday. Again, early Tuesday morning as temps hover close to 70, a little bit above average for us for the start of next week.
Dana, thank you. And thank you for joining us for News 3 at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.
Download the new Channel 3000 app and get alerted on your mobile device the minute news breaks. Wherever you go, be the first to know with Channel 3000.